TJ Jefferson.
Yes, sir.
It is Friday. It is time for TJ's big-ass grab bag to take us to the weekend. TJ's Top 5.
What in the world is in that bag? What you got in that bag?
Okay.
All right. Like we always do at this time, fellas. Kaboom. I guess who stepped in the room? TJ here. Listen. Got the draft coming up this next weekend, right? Pretty exciting. So what I wanted to do real quick, guys, is I decided to dig into the big-ass grab bag and wanted to make this draft related. So I came up with TJ's top 5 draft classes of all time.
All time.
All time.
All right, now coming in at number 5. Even if you're not a fan of pro wrestling, which a lot of you aren't, I'm sure you know the names John Cena, Dave Bautista, and Brock Lesnar. You've heard of all those guys,
Sure,
right? All right, so because of those 3, I'm putting in the WWE's Ohio Valley Wrestling class of 2002. They're coming in at number 5.
This is not an NFL draft thing.
No, this is all 5 draft classes. You see, you have 4 of the biggest stars in the history of wrestling, and they all started training together, and they all came from the same draft class. You're talking 46 combined world championships. Right. You're talking 11 WrestleMania main events. And then outside of wrestling, you're talking close to $10 billion in box office receipts between Cena and Batista. You're talking about a former UFC champion and Brock Lesnar. Okay, we're talking Guardians of the Galaxy, the Avengers, Suicide Squad.
What a curveball to start this off.
No Super Bowl ring? How many Super Bowl rings?
Well, I didn't say this was a football. I just said draft.
All right. Okay. Well, now I think you've set the table.
Yeah, so that's number 5. And that, to me, that's one of the greatest classes of all time in their specific profession. Okay. You're going to be hard-pressed to find better than that. Coming in at number 4, kind of tough to settle on one Major League Baseball draft class, and I was close to going with the 85 class. It had Barry Larkin, the big unit, Randy Johnson, and John Smoltz, 3 Hall of Famers, and it should have 2 more in Barry Bonds and Rafael Palmeiro. They should be in, but they're not in, right? They should be.
They should be.
They should be. But
Palmeiro? No thanks.
Yeah.
3,500.
Yeah.
Please. Okay.
But I didn't go with him because he didn't make it in. So instead, I went with the draft class of 1973. In 1973, you have Robin Yount.
Nice.
You have Dave Winfield. You have Eddie Murray, and you have Fred Lynn.
Fred Lynn was a great baseball player.
3 Hall of Famers right there, the first 3 guys. Fred Lynn, Rookie of the Year and MVP in his rookie season. Okay. Robin Yount, 2-time MVP. Dave Winfield, 12-time All-Star. Eddie Murray, 8-time All-Star, world champion, 3-time Gold Gloves, 3,000 hits, 500 home runs. Finding a baseball class was tough because there's a lot of good ones, but I feel like this one could go up there as the best of all time. Coming in at number 3, we're talking basketball, all right? And this was another tough one. I had to dribble between 2. I'm going to go with the 1996 NBA draft, and I'm putting them at number 3.
Over 84?
In 1996, you have Allen Iverson, Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, and an undrafted Ben Wallace.
Look at the blue steel Peja Stojakovic in the back row right there, man.
I mean, in addition to those Hall of Famers, you had some really solid all-stars, some really key guys on championship teams and championship contenders.
Look at that picture.
That was a great year, man. And
Camby, damn it.
Marcus Camby, David Stern there in the middle. 1996 is
that Steve Nash top right?
That
look at Nash.
Steve Nash, yeah.
Look at that fresh face.
Yeah, so 1996, I'm putting them at 3. Coming in at number 2, I got the 1984 NBA draft class. Now, I'm going to leave it at this. It was tough to pick between the 2, but Michael Jeffrey Jordan, Akeem Olajuwon, and Charles Barkley all are in this 1984 draft.
Look at Akeem. Is that his prom dress? Is that his prom outfit? Look at that.
I don't know if he went to the prom necessarily.
That's a tux. Look at David Stern. Look at his stash. And that's straight out of Winning Time.
And I think the greatest thing about this is, remember when Stern retired, he and Hakeem kind of recreated this picture, his first draft to his last draft. It's hard to say Michael Jordan, to put him anywhere but the highest level that you could put him. So that's why I went
Stockton was in that class too.
Stockton was in that class too.
All right, so number 1's you got to give me an NFL.
I'm giving you an NFL. Like if you just let me, you guys want to jump on me at number 5, not even know where I'm going to go with 1.
It's all right. It's all right.
Coming in at number 1, there are a lot of good NFL draft classes out there. There are legendary ones. So this one was tough. I stayed up for a couple hours last night kind of doing this, but this one I had to look at 41 first-team All-Pros, 144 Pro Bowls. I'm going with, as TJ's top draft class of
Gotta
all
be
time.
It's Dion, right?
The 1983 NFL draft.
Okay.
You had 7 Hall of Famers drafted in the first round, including Richard Dent, who was drafted in the 8th round. I mean, and you also have guys like Joey Browner, who probably should be in the Hall of Fame, but we're talking Elway, Eric Dickerson, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino.
Ken O'Brien.
Well, he didn't quite get to those levels.
Wait a minute, this just in.
But anyway, guys, that was TJ's top 5 draft classes. I tried to pick from all the different sports and activities, and is always interested in seeing what you guys think, but those were mine.
Was Ken O'Brien ever a Pro Bowler?
He may have been
Freaking Jets.
Dion's,
letting Marino slide and taking Ken O'Brien.
Yeah, you didn't go
instead.
1989 though, huh?
Dion's draft class.
That was tough. It was,
That's for the top 5.
that's for the top 5 Hall of Famers.
Give me
right
that. Give me that draft class.
For the top 5, Troy Aikman number 1, Tony Mandrich 2, Barry Sanders, Derek Thomas, Deion Sanders,
But it came down to the 83 class. They had 8 Hall of Famers.
and then Steve Atwater at 20 makes the Hall of Fame. So
Who was the Jets pick in that one? Who was that one? Was that that wasn't the Lagaman draft?
that was Jeff
it?
Lagaman at 14 overall.
I remember where I was in Ann Arbor, Michigan, screaming at the television set, screaming. And then Mel Kiper Jr. is like, the Jets don't know what the draft's all
83,
about.
that's
He's
pretty
talking
good,
to
though, with
Vince
those
Tobin.
quarterbacks.
But yeah, Chris, it came down. Those 2 classes were. I
was
just had
great.
to flip
Good job.
a coin.
Good job, TJ.
basically.
That was
Good grab bag to take us, to play us out. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.